Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to make a real quick sandwich recipe. Make sure I got enough light. Okay, so I've got everything prepped and ready. You need to get you a skillet, melt you about a half a stick of butter, and kind of not on high but not on low, kind of somewhere in the middle. Get that melted. This is steak sandwiches. It's basically like a Philly cheesesteak, but it's like a real quick version. I'm going to go ahead and put my bell pepper and onion in here so that it can get a little tender. I just used, let me take that out. I just used about one large onion and one bell pepper. Bell pepper I probably could have put more in, and you can do that. You don't have to. I just did minimal, and I just sliced everything. I just did a minimal amount on the peppers. Okay. So we're going to cook these until they're tender. And this is the marinade that you need. You need this or one called Dale's. It's gonna look just like this, but it's gonna be called Dale's. And if you can't find either one of these where you live, you can do Worcestershire sauce. But what I'm gonna do is add about 3 tablespoons into this. And I have done roast beef sandwiches before, or Philly cheesesteak sandwiches before. This one's just a little bit different with the Moors. And it's literally a dump and go, one pan concoction. It's bell pepper, onion, chopped up roast beef, lunch meat, and we're gonna put some mozzarella on top. But you can do pepper jack if you would prefer. I'm just gonna do mozzarella. And I'm gonna let this sit here and simmer a little bit until these vegetables kind of get a little tender. And you can go medium to high heat. If you're not careful with this marinade, it'll kind of get sticky. So I don't want it to get to that point. So you're gonna have to kind of keep stirring it just a little bit. And as soon as these get tender, we'll add in the roast beef. And right after that, we'll put the cheese on there until it's melted, and we are ready. All right, I'll be back here in a few. Okay, y'all, so this is tender enough. We're gonna go ahead and add our chopped roast beef luncheon meat. I just bought, you need a pound's worth. And so this is only 14 ounces, but I just used Walmart brand roast beef lunch meat. And that is what the recipe calls for. Now you can take this time right now and add a couple more tablespoons of that sauce, but keep in mind it is a little bit salty, so I'm gonna do a little bit, just a little bit, but it is salty. They do make low sodium versions, so it's just up to you what you want to do. And sometimes I've even taken the regular one and added just a little bit of water to it to kind of water it down just a little bit. But this is basically it. We're going to sit here and let this warm up just a little bit. And then I'm going to add 1 to 2 cups of mozzarella shredded. And we're going to let it sit in the pan and melt. So I've got that set aside and waiting. But I want to try to get this warmed up a little bit first. And then we'll add that cheese. And you can, what you could do is if you wasn't ready to serve it right away, you could just let it sit in the pan like this. Turn the burner off, put a lid on it, wait till it's time to serve. You put the burner back on low and sprinkle your cheese. Put the lid back on to kind of help melt it, and then you can serve like that. But that is exactly what you do. I've already got my hoagie rolls buttered, waiting. They're gonna go in the oven and toast up right before we need them. So you'll just do this until it's warmed and ready, and I'll come right back to you in a few. Okay, y'all, so I got this warmed up. I'll turn my burner off, and I'm going to take 1 to 2 cups of the shredded cheddar, and I'm just going to shredded mozzarella, not cheddar. I'm going to sprinkle this on top. And then I'm just going to let it sit here under a lid so it's ready to go. And that's it. I've got my toasted hoagies ready. I put a little bit of butter on them, put them underneath. So I'm going to, underneath the broiler, I'm going to finish this up, and then I'll show you the end product before I serve. Okay? See y'all back here in a minute. Okay, y'all. Finished product. Did real good. If you have any trouble getting it to melt, just take the lid off of your skillet, put it under a low broiler, and it should work fine. Like I said, you can use different variations of colored peppers, and you can also do different variations of cheeses. Pepper jack's always my first go-to, but I decided to obey the rules on this recipe and show you exactly how it looks just with mozzarella. I did brown it just a little bit there. I did that on purpose. And I'm just serving it with some fries that I fried in the air fryer. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to make sloppy joes. And yes, I know that we have done that before, but this is a little bit different. So what I did was I went ahead and cooked. This is really 3 pounds of ground beef, but 2 pounds will suffice. You're gonna need 1 can of sloppy joe sauce or manwich. I just used the generic. So cook your meat, drain it, and then add a can of sauce. And I'm going to put just a little bit of barbecue sauce in this. Not for any other reason, but just because I put just a little bit more meat in here than I intended on. So just for that reason. You don't have to. If you stick to the recipe, which I did not, then you won't have to. Okay. Now I'm going to warm this up just a teeny tiny tad, because we got to add the rest of our ingredients. You are going to need some French fried onions for this. So while this is warming back up, you're going to add about a cup of French fried onions. You know, those ones that you get and put on green bean casserole. So you're going to add about a cup of that in here. And right now, all we're doing is just warming this up. And a cup of cheddar, shredded cheddar. And yes, you add it in. So this is all going to be stirred in. And I've got my burner on low. And that's it. That is how easy and simple this is. And I thought, wow, that's a different take on it with the French fried onions. So we decided that we would try that real easy and simple. And I'm going to make some mac and cheese to go with this. Okay, so I'm going to let this sit here. and finish melting and get hot and bubbly, and I'll be right back. Okay, y'all, so this is the finished product. It came together pretty well. I did add some French fried onions to the top. I didn't do many, but you can do as many as you'd like. I paired it with some mac and cheese. And it was an easy throw together meal, perfect for your weeknight rotation. Hopefully everybody in the family will enjoy it. Make sure you like and subscribe. I'll see you next time.